Hey, Dangerous RN. Is the audio any better? Hope so. I'm right here. I'm trying to look at the connections to my on my board. Not much, but it's too bad. Not bad. All right. Well, I'm looking at the connections. I'm not going to disconnect anything this time. I disconnected the mic portion that goes that connects in, beep, and it wouldn't let me back in. YouTube settings said that you can't reconnect. So I'm right here. Hippie love, I'm still here. Well, for the second time. I'm here. I have not gone away. Checking all my connections without actually disconnecting anything because I don't want it to lose. Half rudder. Welcome to the second one. Well, I don't see anything wrong with the actual connections. Yeah, I think it is. It's got to be. Because I'm connected to Ethernet cable from here, and it's probably 70 yards into the house where the router is. I mean, the only other thing I could think of is turn the Wi-Fi off and restart the camera, and I already tried the camera thing, and then it wouldn't let me back in. Not going to do that again. No. I can see it. There's kind of like lines in it as well. You see those white lines? I see white lines. Kind of like, the old TV where you had to get up and you had to adjust the vertical and horizontal to tune in the TV. Terry Furman, welcome. You love the cold case today? Thank you. I was going to release one today and one tomorrow. But I was like, YouTube, I already knew what they were going to decide. Even though if I had them in front of me right now, I'd read off their advertiser-friendly guidelines, which is funny. Because the advertiser-friendly guideline says you cannot talk about things that are controversial or new in the news that has to do with a controversial topic. I'm like, well, how about cold cases? One case is 38 years old. The other one's 47 years old. Oh, Kevin Wicked. No, sir, I am not high. And I can't show your comment, but thank you for thinking that. You have to buy the spray stuff for dust. Oh, the can of air? Yeah, I probably do. I don't know where I'd get one before 8 o'clock in the morning, though. Maybe I'll just bust out the shop vac. Oh, hippie love. I know it now. It's paypal.me/411 now. There it is again. That's all right, Kevin. I didn't take any offense to it at all. I get people that tell me that I either look high because my pupils are really dilated, like pinpoint dilated, or I am on pain meds, so my eyes do dilate from that. People think that I never sleep because, well, I never do sleep. I'll take a picture. Michelle, known as 6617. Why don't I ever sleep? Short answer. I work a full-time job. I work about 45 to 48 hours a week. I have a 3-year-old son, and I do YouTube that started off as a hobby, which quickly, within the span of maybe 6 months, turned into more than just a full-time job in itself. So it's like working 2 full-time jobs, plus being a full-time, parent. That's a full-time job in itself. So there are 3 full-time jobs. You take pain pills, hippie love. I'm taking, let's see here. I'm taking the acetaminophen and codeine, number 3. Taking those. And then I have a muscle relaxant that I take it at night for my foot. Kevin Wickert, I was prescribed for years, then turned to heroin. Terrible habit to kick. Really am sorry, Kevin. I feel for you. You're chasing that dragon, huh? Yeah. That is tough. It is. You broke your leg and knee? Oh, hippie love. Damn. I'm sorry. My body, I've had reconstructive surgery on both of my knees. I've had back surgery. I've had surgery on both of my arms. I fell off the ladder. See my fingers there? How they curve? I can't make them straight like my other hand. How my fingers are curved. I have no feeling in these fingers. This one, and I can't put them together either. The gap. You can't really see it. I'm missing a good chunk of my arm right through here. I lost all the nerves and the muscles in my arm. It was shrapnel for when I was in Kuwait. Apparently somebody wants to text me right now. It's my phone. Oh well. Yeah, then I've had my gallbladder removed, and you can't really see it, but I have a giant scar on the top of my head too. The same incident, arm and the top of my head. Shrapnel. You broke the same hand? Damn. Deborah Ferris, you always have chronic pain from your back, neck and back. I had I can't remember what they call it now, but I didn't have spinal fusion. but they went in and removed the disc. I think it's like L something. I can't remember the number. It's been 15 years plus now since I had the surgery. It was on my lower back. Hippie love, that's my next surgery. My rotator cuff in my left. I'm sure it'll be the next one. Deborah you have to get spinal fusion. Thank you, half rudder. Appreciate it. Just doing my part. Yeah, my wife says my warranty expired. On no Nana. I don't have a choice. It's one of those things. My doctor is known for probably 6 years, somewhere in there. It's been getting worse and worse, but it's just like everything else. I don't listen all that well. It's me watching Will Friday the 13th Part 2 and eating pizza rolls. Oh, y'all. Yeah. Sorry about that, Mamma Mia. And it didn't help the audio at all. I don't like to take pain medication. And we really don't. This bottle, I mean, it stays down here. I don't even take this upstairs with me. What's the prescribed date? Of course, I'm not wearing my glasses, and I don't have them down here with me. I can't even read the stupid. I can tell you when they expire. No refills. I need back surgery, but I'm afraid of it since my cousin had it and it became crippled. As long as you have a competent doctor, half rudder, that's the most important thing. Mary Tyler Henderson, welcome. I didn't see you earlier if you were here. McKay Brown. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it McKay? Or is it an abbreviation for something? Opiates are the devil. Is Kevin still here? The devil is heroin. But I know a lot of people who went from they needed pain medication for something. They got hooked on opioids, and then the opioids weren't doing it for them anymore, or they couldn't get them, and then they went to heroin. I don't know if that's your situation, Kevin. I'm not trying to even suggest that it is, but anyway, I'll pray for you, Kevin. Really will. I know. I've got some friends who've been through the entire thing, and getting clean. It's never been easy for them. It's never easy for anybody. They work their program, and they take it one day at a time, I guess, right? That's all you can do. Yeah. Wow. 8 surgeries on your foot? Sorry. Me 5 and you 1984. Hey, I made it. Welcome. Yeah. First thing I ever had surgery was I had orthoscopic surgery on my left knee. And then after orthoscopic surgery on my left knee, um, after I got out of service, I had orthoscopic surgery on the same knee again to clean up torn cartilage in there. And then, I don't know, about 3 or 4 years later, I had surgery on it, and I now have a, it's not a, what they call it. They took all the cartilage out there, and they put it's not metal, but it's like I'm trying to think what it's called. I'm drawing a blank. And my mind is just like, ugh. You had hernia mesh surgery 3 months ago. Carla M, 34. Are you 34 years old? I remember when I was 34. I think I do. Life is a journey and let it go. Welcome. And I'm sure I didn't see you earlier on the other stream. That we had one stream that went nowhere. No, your son is. Your son, Carla M, your son who OD'd was 34. Sorry. Yeah, it's me. I don't know if I've been through the ringer. I've lived life in the fast lane my entire life. I've definitely done that. You were in service 95 to 99. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the first part. One was what service I was in the United States Marine Corps. Did basic training at Camp Pendleton. Not Camp Pendleton, MCRD San Diego. I went to Camp Pendleton later on. Jesus fuck, man. Sorry for cursing. No, I served from 1990 to 1994, and then again from 2000 to 2004. Yeah. Hey, Karen, you're up late. The day of the 9/11 attacks. Everybody remember where they were that day? Me 5, and you, 1984, you were in the 11th grade. Hippie Love, you were in Canada. I was damn close to Canada. Damn close. I was actually on leave, and I was visiting a friend just outside of Bellingham, Washington, up by about 6 miles from Bellingham, and we were fishing. And we came into town. We thought everybody was freaking joking. We went back to his house and hung out in the garage and didn't think anything of it. We didn't turn on the radio or television or anything at all. And then the next day, I mean, all hell broke loose. Hey, Alan. Welcome, Alan. Hope you're doing okay. I was working for the city. I was 20 years old. You lived in Everett for 8 years. I lived close to Everett. I drank a lot of beer in Everett. Used to hang out with the guys at the Everett naval base there. Used to drink at quite a few bars in the Everett area. I lived in Linwood for a time. I was home waiting for my sister. They're bringing my newborn niece home from the hospital. You lost your friends and your boss. I'm sorry, half rudder. My best friend's father was in tower number 2. He didn't make it out, nor did they ever find his body. Yeah, it was a shocker. Do you know what the Chris Watts show is going to be about? The movie? No, they're making a full-length movie. Me 5. Apparently, it's I don't know what they're basing it off of, and that nor do I know if anybody was who's getting paid. No, my kid Brown. I did my first contract and I got out. They didn't need me, and so I went back to doing what I was doing before, being a complete fuck off in life. Sorry for my language, but I was. I didn't do anything. I traveled the United States. I worked a little bit here, a little bit there, and then I got married. That was a mistake. That brought me back to Washington State, where I live now. And then I was like, I'm not going anywhere. And I should really do a video about this someday. But I was in Linwood, Washington, married to my first wife, and my car had broken down and was in the garage, and I needed to catch a transit bus to go to Everett, Washington, to the Hertz Rent-A-Car lot to pick up my car, or maybe it was Avis or whatever, one of the ones that don't come pick you up. But I was going to take the transit bus to go get my rental car, and I'm standing in this little like glass kiosk thing, for the transit buses, and then all of a sudden I'm standing there, and there's nobody around. It is just downpouring freaking rain. I mean, probably either the second or third hardest rain. Right in there. They're not the hardest rain I've ever seen, but pretty close. And I'm standing there, waiting for the bus. I'm right in the entryway of the actual where you go. There's only one little entryway in. There's like a metal bench there where you sit down, and I'm standing there. And next thing I know, there's a guy behind me who asks me if I want to ride. And I'm like, what the hell? And I damn near jumped out of my own skin and out into the rain. And it was a recruiter for the United States Marine Corps. And he asked me, he goes, do you need a ride? He was, I think he was just a sergeant. I'm not sure what his actual rank was, because I actually never saw him. I saw him once after that, briefly. And thank you for the super chat, Life's a Journey. But he offered me a ride. I went with him. I don't know how the hell he got in there. Those us sneaky ass Marines. But he's standing there in his full trench coat. He offered me a ride. asked me why I got out, asked me if I thought about getting back in, and I said, sure. I mean, I wasn't going anywhere in life. I didn't learn my lesson the first 4 years, so I did it again. Yeah, devil dog. I prefer devil dog. Second time I went in though, I signed my buddy up. The two of us went together. They had the buddy program back then. Yeah, 4 years. And then I met my current wife, and oh Jesus, you have to bust out the calculator to figure this shit out. How many years has it been? A lot. Karen Welsh. Oh shit, no, I'm not paying attention to what everybody's saying here. It's time. It's your time, Will. It's 10:30 p.m. in Alberta, Canada. Yeah, I've lived a full life. Your dad was a wingnut in Korea, Korean War conflict. It was funny because the day that he took me to go get the rental car, after I got the rental car, I went back to the recruiter's office and I was waiting for him. And like I said, I saw him one other time after he got me back to the recruiter's office, and they were like, they wanted to see my military ID, and stuff, and they asked me some questions, and there was like I think 4 guys who were recruiting out of that office at that time. It might have actually been in Everett. I can't remember if it was Everett or if it was Mukilteo, or that could have been in Linwood. It was somewhere off of Highway 99 there, where the recruiter's office was. But they asked me some questions and everything else, and they said, "Do you think you can hold down the fort for a while?" No, I didn't. I didn't have to go through complete boot camp again though, but I did do advanced training again. But they asked me if I could hold down the fort for a while. I said sure. They all just left. So I'm sitting in the recruiter's office doing nothing. They said, here's a phone. In case the phone rings, answer the phone. I'm like, okay. I'm like waiting for them to come back. 20 minutes turns into an hour. An hour turns into 3 hours. 3 hours turns into 5 hours. It's like 7:30 at night now. And I'm like, I eventually have to leave here. I can't lock this place up. I don't have the keys. Nothing. How do I even lock this up? I don't even know who to call. What do you do in a situation like that? So I said, screw it. I walked outside, looked around, didn't see him. Looked over to the park across the street. They're all freaking playing basketball. I'm like, God damn it. You guys ever going to come back? I walked over there and they're like, hey, you're supposed to be doing that job over there. Get your ass back in there. I'm like, I got to go. They're like, okay. And one guy walked over, locked up the office, and then he went back and they played basketball. Yeah, I remember that day. It was interesting. Then I convinced my buddy to go in. My buddy Jason. He lives up there him and his wife just bought a house. Not in Issaquah. Oh, man. I should know this, too. Purple Passion. I love the ones where you and your friend were drunk. Oh, that was my buddy Tim. Tim is he's a great guy, great friend. Yeah, we got in a little bit of trouble with YouTube over those, so we can do it again. We just have to make sure that we limit the actual. When you go in to do a stream, you have to go in and you have to put the what do they call it? The restrictions for the ages. I can't remember what they call it. I have it written down here somewhere. They sent me an email about the entire thing. I wrote it down on an index card. But I don't know where I put it. I got hundreds of these suckers. I write all my notes on index cards or in spiral notebooks, and then I go from there, and then I transcribe them onto audio, and then onto the memory cards. Then from memory card onto digital, and that finish up everything, and I put, there it is. Okay, if we do it again, we have to make sure that we restrict it to adult content, and we have to put in the title of the actual stream if we will be consuming alcohol in the actual stream. Otherwise, we could be it could be misconstrued as that we are endorsing the behavior of excessive consumption of alcohol. Yeah, they emailed me about that. But I have the other one around here, the actual email. I don't know what I did with the actual email itself. I hate cleaning. Every time I clean, I can never find anything. I move things from here to over there, and I'm like, oh, I'll put it here. Yeah, that's a good place for it. And then I forget that I moved it. It was there, and now it's over there. Yeah, well, it's not important. I don't know why I'm even looking for it. Hey, Linda K. Let's go back up and see what I missed. Well, I'm doing a lot of this and not doing this. Oh, your dad was a wingnut. I read that one. My buddy pushed out, went to the Air Force. I read that one. Get to bed. I will. I do have to go soon here though, because I do have to get some editing done, and I got to be back up. I'm going to be live again at 8 a.m. Are you all healed up swimming? I missed that. There must be something to that one I meant. I don't know. Right now here, I don't know, and when you asked a question, that it is 9:43 p.m. here. Well, you look tired. Did you? I read that one. Didn't have to go through boot again. I did. I don't know if you're still here, Micah. But I did Navajo train. Did you ever do that? High altitude training. He usually does a live Saturday mornings. Yeah, Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I will be back. That's Pacific Standard Time, or Pacific. What is the other one? Pacific Daylight Time. It's the same thing. Purple. I was in Alberta, Canada today. I lost 2 cousins in the several friends in Desert Storm. Sorry for your loss, half rudder. With the poolies. What was my MOS? 0311, basic infantry. I was a grunt. Kept my mouth shut, head down, did what I was told. And you? What was your MOS? Not that it much matters anymore. To most people. Janine Meyer Lewis, how are you? I've been pretty sick of last few months. Septic shock twice. Oh, Jesus, sorry. Still fighting terminal tumors disease. I really am sorry about that, Janine. Man, I hope you get better. Pray for you. Your son joined the Army and National Guard 2001, 9/11 happened. He was deployed to the Guard, the Pentagon, then a year guarding in aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. He served a tour in Iraq and drove a Humvee. Dardine Creek, thank you. Thank your son for his service. I appreciate it. And anybody else out there, even if maybe you didn't serve in the military. Maybe you served, in either an EMT, firefighter, law enforcement, or or even in the ER of a hospital. I really do appreciate everybody out there. Chris, the rifleman, Lima 35. Jeannie Myers' MOS was a wife. Linda Kay, thank you. I haven't replied back to your email yet, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I was busy today, but I'm going to reply back just like you. We're not two email junkies here, but I'm going to reply back to you. And we're gonna get that live stream set up. We're gonna do this. Much respect to you too, Kevin. Janine Myers, I remember Germany during the Gulf War. Yeah. Chris Myers, 0311 is basic infantry. Yeah. Grunt. Kim. I'll go to the doctor eventually, I guess. I can't be that bad. I might be a little bit tired right now. I mean, mentally, I'm exhausted. Hippie love. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I'm stuck in the middle. I am. I am really truly am. I'm stuck in the middle. The left and the right, they keep on lobbing, stuff at each other, and they both want me to, to side with them, and I'm like, nope, don't want to do it anymore. I'm not. I mean, I tried to be friends, and be as professional as I could to both sides, but at the end of the night, it got to the point where it's like I can't win. Dangerous RN, you keep ghosting me. Yeah, just want to, Micah. Have you checked out Dangerous RN's channel? I haven't been over there in a while. I'm gonna have to do that. I got a list in notebook here, all the channels that I have to go check out. I'm freaking almost 2 weeks behind. Priorities are in. Good night, Janine. Good night, everyone. I'm going to have to get off here because I am spent mentally here. I will see you all. Hopefully, if you make it in the morning, 8 a.m. again, I will be back online to do the live stream again. And till then, everyone, stay safe. Don't do anything that I haven't done. And that's very hard. I've done a lot.